ladies and gents, this is Michael Tackett here, and yeah, here we go. It's Stupidest People in Politics, and we've got some doozies today. First up, we got Falafel Man, Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, again, when you want to get something on Fox News, you go to Media Matters, because basically they print what Fox News anchors say. The other day, Captain Falafel went off the deep end about spending on his show, ladies and gentlemen. Chances are you will not hear the GAO report today exchanged this program. The liberal media will not tell you what is going on. The reason President Obama does not want to cut federal spending or reform entitlements. That is crystal clear, and the media loves Obama, so the folks be damned. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a video in which I showed that Barack Obama has wanted to cut Social Security for years. Obama has wanted to cut Medicare. The fact is, the American people put the pressure on Obama. That's why there's very little in cuts in Obama's, fiscal cliff plan. So that's why O'Reilly. This is like telling the people on the beach, hey, a tsunami is coming, and if you don't move, you're gonna be killed. But the beach folks say, I like it here, and I'm not moving, and then eventually the wave sweeps them away. That's exactly what's happening here now. O'Reilly, we are spending a lot of money, but again, it's not as bad. Our GDP to debt ratio is somewhere in some people say 2 to 4 to 6%. The fact is, dude, it's not that bad. World War II was out of control. It was over 60%. I remember reading that correctly. It's a hell of a lot worse back in World War II than what it is now. Eisenhower spent, tax until he got us out of the Depression. Okay? It's as simple as that. I think those falafels are just shooting straight to your head, and, somehow it's clogging your arteries in your brain and everything, and, it's surprising that, your brain just doesn't shut down. And O'Reilly blamed Bush, or Obama, for Bush's borrowing, for the borrowing, and he wasn't as hard on Bush as what he is on Obama when it comes to spending. Am I a fan of Obama? No. But if you're gonna be, one way, you should be fair. And that's something that O'Reilly and Fox are not. Ladies and gentlemen, runner-up, Stanley Campfield, Tennessee GOP lawmaker. This is from the Huffington Post. Lawmaker wants to tie welfare benefits to children's grades. In other words, folks, if your kids make good grades, you get, if you're on welfare, you get, your check. Tennessee State Representative Stanley Campfield, a Republican, introduced a bill this week seeking to make welfare benefits contingent upon the grades of a would-be recipient's children. What about the ones without children? Campfield's legislation, filed Thursday, would require the reduction of temporary assistance to needy families, TANF, payments for parents or caretakers of TANF, recipients whose children fail to maintain satisfactory progress in school. TANF is more commodity referenced to as welfare. Under Campbell's bill, welfare recipients would face a loss of benefits if their children showed poor academic performance. It's unclear how those factors would be tied into one another, or how the children's performances would be assessed. In a blog Thursday, his proposal, Campfield called his bill measure to break the cycle of poverty. According to Campfield, education is three-legged stool comprised of schools, teachers, and parents. He claimed the state had adequately held the first two legs of the school accountable, but argued that it should apply more pressure on the third, being parents. The third leg of the stool is probably the most important leg, is the parents, Campfield writes. We have done little to hold them accountable for their child's performance. What my bill would do is put some responsibility on the parents for their child's performance. Campfield has been a pioneer of creative ways to target beneficiaries of entitlement programs in the past. He was the driving force behind failed efforts to require Tennesseans seek government benefits to first pass drug tests. He was also the legislator behind Tennessee's controversial and ill-fated Don't Say Gay bill in early 2012. So obviously this man is a man of class, baby. Yeah, let me tell you something right now. What if a child got sick? I mean real sick and they needed surgery. What if a child had something happen, they had to move and go to a new school and they didn't adjust as well? I'm giving examples because this actually could happen. So, you mean to tell me that if a child slips up and messes up and really wouldn't mean to, what if they're just having bad time at home? What if the parents are fighting? What if they went through a divorce or something like that? You don't know what would be happening. So to base it around the child's grades is absolutely ridiculous. By the way, I think we should grade our politicians. How about you folks? Let's grade Tennessee lawmaker Stanley Campfield. And if the people don't think that he gets a passing grade, then you lose money. You lose your benefits. You lose your government-run health care. You lose your big $170,000 paycheck. It gets cut. How about that, Mr. Campfield? But the winner, ladies and gentlemen, is a Republican who put up the sign. Yeah, the sign, well, I'll let it do all the talking. Lovely image there, wasn't it, folks? Open season on liberals. Liberal hunting permit. No bag limit. Tagging not required. May be used while under the influence of alcohol. May be used to hunt liberals at gay pride parades, Democrat conventions, union rallies, handgun control meetings, news media associations, lesbian luncheons, and Hollywood factions. Okay, this was put up in 2010, but I just saw this the other day. This is from Hullabaloo, some blog site. Hey, look, I get my information where I can. Congressional District 11 GOP candidate Brad Goehring is drawing fire for his controversial Facebook statement today. If I could use hunting permits, I would officially declare today opening day for liberals. The season would extend through November 2nd and have no limits on how many taken, as we desperately need to thin the herd. Now, of course, he said later that he was talking about votes and that, we need to get out and everything. Conservatives need to get out the vote and everything. But the fact of the matter is, sir, Gabrielle Giffords has been shot. We've had Sandy Hook. We've had so many I know this was before Giffords, but still, anyway. We've had so many instances of gun violence over the years that making a comparison like this is downright sickening. Don't like Democrats? Fine. I don't like a lot of them either. But that doesn't give you the right to want to incite violence on them. There's I'll put the link to the site below. But liberal hunting season, 2009 to 2013. USA permit 08U81002. Liberal hunting license. This put all this homophobic and sexist, racist bullcrap in there. I am making a lot of good friends on Twitter and Facebook who are libertarian and conservative. You do them a dishonor. They're showing me like, hey, Michael, whoa, not all conservatives are nutbags and everything. Alright, excuse me. Alright, that's true. But when crap like this happens, guess what? It's just like when some liberal says George Bush is a terrorist and ought to be hanged. That comes back to me. Well, sadly, this is going to come back to a lot of right-wingers. There's going to be a lot of people say, well, you support them, so you must be like them, which is a bunch of crap, I know. But all it takes is a few rotten apples to make other people look crazy. This is why the mentally ill shouldn't have guns. Your gun should be taken away. And the people who put this liberal hunting permit up, your gun should be taken away. You're right. The mentally ill have no business in this country owning a gun, including you wackos.